Welcome to the Life of KG, your ultimate destination for all things motivation and business insights. Join me, Katie Godfrey, serial entrepreneur and the brains behind the KG brand. Along the way, we'll welcome inspiring guests and share invaluable business tips to fuel your growth journey. Don't miss out. Hit that subscribe button and leave us a review. With that said, let's dive into the world of success together. If you're ready to level up, you need to join one of my masterminds. My clients are getting insane results. One client works from home, has tripled her income, and is now joining the mentoring space. Another client was stuck to her salon floor, but now has retired from the tools, and her team is just running the show without her. Another salon owner had a training academy too and wanted to scale her training academy more than the salon, which she is now doing, and created online courses and created a passive income. If you want to stop winging it and start growing today, then you need to apply. The link is in the show notes.
Io, welcome to the show. I'm so happy that you're here. And also want to thank you for just inviting me into your world, being super welcoming with me moving to Dubai. I know you're in and out, but you're here quite a lot. So I just appreciate you so much. So thank you.
I appreciate you too. You're such a sweetheart, an honest, genuine person. And in our industry, this is beautiful to have women who are not rivals, but they're sisters. They're there for each other. And even though some people can see us as direct competition, I don't see us that way. I see us as two women coming together, helping other women and being friends as well, which is the beauty of what we're doing.
Yeah, definitely. I love that so much. Can you give everyone a little intro and exactly what you do?
So my name is Ayo. I am a serial entrepreneur. I used to say that I have 7 companies, but now we're on the way of having 10 companies because I'm starting 3 new in Dubai. I have been an entrepreneur for the last 14, 15 years, even though I like to say that I've been doing this since I was 40 days. Yes, days, because this is when my parents took me to their pottery studio, basically, and I was involved in business. I have been able, and I had the privilege to help 25,000 women to create powerful businesses. I've worked with huge companies like Apple, Microsoft, Reuters, helping them as well with their marketing. I have accumulated more than 500 million, that's $500 million, in predominantly females' wealth, which makes me super happy. My businesses have crossed multi-millions, and yeah, this is what I do. This is what I love doing. I love helping women. I wrote a book called The Future of Business is Female, which is a bestseller in the category of women in business. So as you can see, I live and breathe female entrepreneurship. It's a mission. It's not just something that I do and make money out of it. It is something that if the world ends tomorrow, I will be like, okay, this was good. It was worth it.
Yeah, you impact many, many lives. How are you juggling this amount of business? Do you not sleep?
First of all, sleep is important. It's priority. If there's priority in my life, it is sleep. So sleep, 8 hours of sleep is the most important thing. If I don't get 8 hours of sleep, I can't function. How do I juggle that? I'm very well organized. I'm very disciplined. I'm very structured. I know that I can do it. It comes with confidence. It comes with years of being able to do that. I mean, I have 2 bachelor degrees that I did at the same time and 2 master degrees that I did at the same time. I've learned 7 languages. So I'm used to being a high achiever. And what else can you do? I mean, let's just go. So it is about loving what I do, having the patience and the discipline, and just going with it. And that's it. Yes, there are days like today, for example. I was just sharing with you when I came that today is a crazy day. Yesterday was a crazy day. The day before was a crazy day. So it is crazy all the time. But again, you just sit and you're like, what else? I mean, we're just playing the game at this point, and that's it.
Yeah, and you know what? It's just part of being in business as well, right? And we're hungry for it. We like impacting as much as we can do. It's just, I think, in our blood. Like you said, you've been in business really since you was 40 days old. Do you think that we're just born entrepreneurs, or do you think you could be made?
I think both. It's like asking the question, are you born to be a leader? You are born to be a leader, but you can be turned into a leader as well. We are human beings. We are like clay. You can be molded into everything as long as you are molded. Because if you're just staying in one space and you're not putting yourself into that, you're not going to get molded into what you want to turn. I do believe that some people are better in leadership, the alphas, the A type of people. And then we have the B type of people who are better listeners. They take more of the employee type of a role. These people are also important. I do believe you can be turned into a powerful entrepreneur and a powerful leader. But I do believe that also it's just in some of us, it's just in us. It's a seed inside of us and we just grow it after that.
Yeah, I agree. What made you go into the online world in the first place? Because you are queen of passive marketing, gaining leads, making sales, like that's all you. What made you go into this space?
So I've always been into marketing. Well, when I say always, when I graduated school at 19 years old, I started working with these big companies like Microsoft, Apple, Reuters, National Geographic. So I jumped immediately into marketing. I always knew I wanted to do something that has to do with communications, with being around people, with speaking, and marketing was the thing that really stood out for me. And it just started and I turned out to be really good at that. I was in my early 20s, I was called by really big companies, the Empress of Marketing. I even have a tattoo here. It doesn't say the Empress of Marketing, but it says Empress. And so they started calling me the Empress of Marketing. And then just my life took me to a point where I knew that I wanted to use this skill and this ability, this gift that I have for marketing and for business and for making money. I just know how to make money. It's in me. I can make money out of anything right now that you find around us. It is just how I am. And I remember very clearly, I was in Cape Town. I was living in Cape Town, super successful, great job. I'm not going to say the company that I was part of, but really big company. And I was laying in bed in my penthouse, overlooking the ocean and beautiful Camps Bay. For those of you who are in Cape Town, Camps Bay is the most beautiful area probably in Cape Town. How could life get better? I mean, this is my life in my early 20s. And I realized, this is not what I want to do. But what do I want to do? And then I met Naledi. She was a receptionist in one of the really big gyms there. And long story short, she was stuck in an abusive marriage. Her husband was cheating on her the whole time. And even though she was working so hard, she was making $250 a month.
Wow.
With 2 or 3 kids. Sorry, Naleni, I forgot how many kids you have. Two young kids. At that point, I think they were 4 or 5 years old, and she couldn't leave. She had no family, she had nothing. And it was breaking my heart because I went through a relationship like that. And I could leave because I had the exit power. I was making more money than he is. So for me, it was fine to leave. She couldn't. With the kids, she tried, she couldn't. And she was stuck. And I couldn't believe it because she was working hard. And still she wasn't making money. She was a personal trainer. So I said, listen, I'm going to make anything in my power to help you. And it started there. The seed was planting there that I wanted to use my marketing skills, my business skills to help women specifically have financial power, have the exit power. And ever since then, it became an obsession. It is an obsession. I am obsessed to help women to be in the position that they have the freedom of choice. And they can do anything that they want to do. So this is how I am where I am today. And all of the future businesses that I'm opening, all of them are related to helping improving women's lives. Because I think we need that a lot, even in the times that we're living now, with everything that we're hearing and how women are still treated. We need solutions to help women.
It's still such a big topic, even in the Stone Age, and women are relying on men still, like we can't fend for ourselves, all of these things. And it makes me really sad as well, because I see it with a lot of people where they can't flee these relationships, or they feel stuck, or, they've always been dependent on someone else. And it's just like, oh, if only you could escape that situation and stand on your own 2 feet. But they can, can't they? They can, if they put certain things in motion.
They can. It's hard, but they can. And of course, there are different situations that are really challenging.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying, just leave, because we know what happens in some scenarios. But it is possible. But this is not just a transformation that has to happen with women. It is a global transformation. It has to happen in governments, in academia, in schools, in institutions, in families. So it doesn't just start with us. It starts with society. And I think a lot of people put pressure on women, saying, just go and be independent and go and do your thing and just you. It's all about you. No, it's not all about you. It's about society also helping women.
Yeah. Marketing. What does marketing actually mean for those that are listening? What different forms are there of marketing? Because I think a lot of people think just social media.
This is so funny, because yesterday I was having a live and I was telling people just posting on social media is not marketing. So imagine marketing is you telling the world what you are all about. You convincing people that you are the number one choice, that you are the only choice that they should choose. Marketing is about telling your story, who you are. Why should they even bother? Why should they even care? Marketing is not about shouting. It's not about being loud. It is not about trying to get the attention, but it is about showing the person how whatever you have can help you. And I often say people actually confuse marketing and selling, which is very different. So marketing is people engaging with you, people being in the top of your funnel, people raising their hand and saying, hey, I'm actually interested in what you're doing. Can I learn more? This is marketing. And then sales is the actual process of converting the person. So a lot of people have marketing problems. In fact, 99% of the entrepreneurs have a marketing problem. They don't have a sales problem, because they tell me this. When people come to me and they speak to me and they're in my office, in my studio, in my salon, they buy. But the problem is they don't come. And I'm like, well, you don't have a selling problem. You have a marketing problem. And unfortunately, I don't know if you've noticed, a couple of years ago, let's just say 5, 6, 7 years ago, there was a trend in the coaching industry where people were dissing marketing. And that was so stupid, to be honest with you. Because some of the leaders right now in the industry who were claiming that, they became successful because of their marketing. Because they were selling a story, the rags to riches story. Oh, look at me becoming super successful after I was homeless. This is marketing. Or look at me buying my parents a house and flying them into a jet right now. And before that, I was a hippie. This is marketing. It's all marketing. Marketing could be mindful. It could be, I call it mindful marketing. Actually, I coined this term, even though I hate saying that, because I don't think we really coin anything. When people claim that it's their phrase, their word, I'm like, okay, shut up. But marketing could be genuine. It could be honest. It could be caring. I watched this video today of this lady. She was so funny. She was saying, I don't want to build funnels, and I don't care about the 2 days incentive, and I don't want to tell people that I have limited spots, because I don't have limited spots, but I want to sell my stuff. And I hate this. And I wanted to tell her, I get how you're feeling, because we were taught marketing that is bad and it is manipulative. Now, you can have positive manipulation and negative manipulation. But marketing can be really you telling the world, I have something of value And when you do, this is where your marketing is your number one tool.
When it comes back to obviously that lady's conversation where she's going, I don't have limited spots, and my guess is because she doesn't like feel integrity if she's saying she's got limited spots if she really hasn't, and there's no urgency for them, especially if they're new in business. How do they overcome that? Like what can they do with their marketing to get people to go over the line to then go to the sales process?
So urgency is a real thing, first and foremost. I do agree that we need to have some sense of urgency because humans are like that. Even myself, I will postpone something until the very last moment, until it's not a priority. Okay? Something has to be a priority. And especially where you are in industries where something is not a priority, it's not life-saving, the pain is not major. You can get a haircut after 3 months, but sometimes you're like, oh my gosh, I need to get a haircut tomorrow because look at me, I have a podcast interview. Now the sense of urgency is there. So if that's not there, then we have to show the customer a couple of things. We have to first show them clearly what this is all about, because a lot of entrepreneurs, unfortunately, especially in industries that are not easy to tell, you don't know what you're buying. So first and foremost, make it as easy as possible. This is the first part of your marketing. Make it as obvious and easy as possible. What are people buying? Because many times people don't buy because they don't know what exactly this is. You're also not answering the question of why should they care? Because they don't necessarily, especially in the world we're living now. We're living in crazy times where people care about their safety. Yeah. They don't care about your nail gel, or your lipstick gloss and all of these things. And your coaching even. They don't even care about your coaching. They care about being safe, being loved. So you have to speak to the person about the things that they care. What do people care about? They care about health, their safety first. They care about financial safety. They care about their health. They want to be healthy. They care about status a lot. In fact, I would dare to say that a lot of the purchases that happen out there are 90% status. You're claiming a status somehow. How do we solve people's problems? I hate the narrative, I don't solve pain points. Yes, you do. Selling to the pain point is important. So the same lady that I was telling you about it, she was like, I hate urgency. She was like, I hate selling to the pain points. You have to sell to the pain points because entrepreneurs are here to solve problems. Whatever the problem is, it's a mission of ours. Even when my clients tell me, I am here to bring pleasure and answer people's desire, behind every desire, there's some kind of a pain point. Something is there. And when you go to the doctor and you trust them when they listen to you and when they say, I know exactly what's happening to you. Okay. That's what marketing is all about. Telling people, I know what are you going through. I care about you as a customer. I can reassure you I will deliver the best results. That's when people care. They don't care about a lot of things. So as long as you don't make them care, and here's the thing, the easiest way to achieve that is also look at what do you care about? What makes you stop the scroll? Because people, let's be honest, nobody goes on social media to scroll, to buy. When was the last time you were like,
no.
I need to go and buy some eggs. Let's go and scroll on Instagram. When did you do it?
Never.
Exactly. When was the last time, even for your hair, you didn't go to Instagram or Facebook or any social media to scroll to find a hairstylist? You went and you searched reviews, you went to groups maybe and you asked people, or you went to your trusted WhatsApp group and you asked the girls, hey girlies, where can I have my hair done? That's what you did. And then what happened? You found the person. They were recommended. And then what happened? You binged their videos, their marketing. And then what happened? Well, they showed you their work. If you can show your work, even better. They demonstrated that they can solve your problem. marketing again. And then what happened? You went to see their prices. Oh, the prices are working for me. Prices is marketing. A price is part of the 4 Ps, marketing as well. And then what did you do? You got in touch with them and you started chatting with them. It's again marketing. And then what happened? Now they started the conversion process. They are creating a bridge now between all of the videos that you scrolled of highlights and you're like, aha, this woman can do proper highlights. I'm speaking, by the way, from pain points right now because we know highlights are tough. And then you were like, okay, let's message them. And here's where the conversion happened and how she or he handled the conversation. They reassured you, yes, ma'am, everything's going to be fine. I got you. You went there. And this is the sales process doesn't end there because they started serving you. They did the best service. They brought you coffee. They massaged you well. And not only that, but they gave you a 10% discount. They made you feel amazing. And you know what else they did? They also booked you in for the next session, even though you were not sure if you got to go, but they got you in the calendar.
Yeah, definitely. And then mostly afterwards, when you leave, carry on marketing to you, right?
All the time. They keep on selling the newsletter. They keep on messaging you. And what I wanted to add here, what's coming to me is you can have a lot of kinds of marketing, okay? Attraction marketing. You can have all of the trends, all of the tactics, all of the system. You can have everything in place, but if your delivery sucks, you will fail at one point. That's what I was telling yesterday in my training. I did a training on how to get to 1 million. You can do a lot of things, but eventually if the delivery is not good, you will not get there.
It's not sustainable, right?
It's not sustainable. People will start talking. They will not continue to sign up with you. We had this conversation with you. You also have a super high return rate. How important is that? This is super important. And the marketing doesn't stop. When you make the sale, it doesn't stop. The marketing continues. I'm mind blown when people don't have solid marketing strategies in place. Positioning, how do you talk to people? What's happening in the emails? What's happening with social media? Do you do podcasts like that? Do you go and meet people in life? Like, what are you doing? Do you have campaigns? How do the campaigns look like? If you think social media is the only thing, and on top of all, your social media sucks. There's no marketing strategy in the social media as well because you just throw spaghetti at a wall hoping it will stick. It will not stick. It's against gravity. It's not going to stick.
Well, it actually fascinates me even more that people don't even do email marketing. It's like, what? And I know you're huge on that.
You remember the last time we were having a conversation and I got sick on the call, like physically sick?
Because everyone thinks I email a lot as well. It's like, I email once a week. And you was like, what? I'm going to throw up. And I was like, what have I done wrong? Email every day.
I really felt sick when you told me that. No, for real, I was going to vomit. Ooh, I started feeling sick right now as well. Shame on you.
I know.
Here's the thing. Again, you have to understand, what are you selling? When you're not selling something that people need to buy every single day and restock every single week, you have to remind them because you're not top of mind. You're just not top of mind. You need to understand your industry. So for example, I work with businesses that they sell products. They sell physical products. The psychology of buying there is slightly different. When you are in our expert industry, a coach, people don't wake up this morning thinking, I need to hire her. Most of them don't. There's a couple of things that happen that lead people to go and buy, and they need to be reminded. There has to be some kind of a trigger that reminds them to go and do that. Email marketing is one of the ways. Email marketing is not dead. It's just that it's really different. It's not like what it used to be 1 or 2 years ago. 2 years ago, we will send these long emails with lots of storytelling. That's not how it goes anymore. A couple of years ago, we will send newsletters that looked so pretty. Now it's fast and dirty, fast, furious, and dirty. Boom, 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 boom. You send you say everything that you want to say at the top of the email. You say it as fast as possible. In fact, you need to spend more time on your subject line, and your subject lines are killing lately.
Thank you.
Maybe I also have some kind of an influence in that because I drilled it in your brain. Subject lines, subject lines, subject lines. They need to be really eye-catching. What happens in the first few lines as well? Sell them as fast as possible because people don't read long stuff anymore unless they really, really love you. So that brings us, again, marketing and branding. You have to have a solid brand that tells them, oh, she's really good. I really want to read what she has. So yes, and here's the thing again, it was because someone, and I know all the names, I'm just not going to mention them. I know all of you girls, predominantly because it was girls doing that, saying emails are, I'm not even emailing people. I'm not even having funnels. Yeah, because that's you. Because you had a very specific story, because you're a very specific human, and I don't discredit that, because there are some people with personal brands that are so powerful, and brands out there also, they are powerful. The brand sells no matter what. But then there's other people who don't have the X factor. They just don't have it. And it's okay. That doesn't mean you wouldn't have a successful business. But remind us what you're doing. And also, if I hear from you once a month with an email or even once a week, you're not top of mind again. I wouldn't remember you. You wouldn't stand out in my mind, in my brain. It wouldn't happen. So we need to do that. And emails are here to stay. They're not going anywhere. In fact, last week I got banned on Instagram. On Facebook. And oh my gosh, I was on the edge.
That's your main platform as well.
That's my main platform where I literally made millions with Facebook. And we couldn't send messages, we couldn't comment, we couldn't do anything for, I think, 10 days actually. And it was right before our launch, which was...
Oh, typical.
Yeah. But thank the cat gods that we have an email list that is banging and it's working every single day while Facebook was taking its time. I was in the corner. I was in the Facebook corner, grounded.
Oh, what was the reason for that? Posting too much?
No. Well, we do the 2-step post. So the 2-step post requires you to go back and answer people and give them a link to something. And we were sending way too much in the DMs and way too much in comments. And on top of all, we were having, I posted this viral post in one of the groups in Dubai for a gathering in Dubai. And we had to drop even more links of people to do this. So it was just a week where we were super active and business was thriving. And then I got, your account is suspended, which gave me a little heart attack.
Oh, I can imagine. It happened to us in the middle of a launch once, actually, and I was like, oh my gosh.
Yes, but I remained calm because I knew I have other ways. I have my Facebook going, my email list, Instagram, LinkedIn as well. So I was calm, but the emails were on rolling every single day. I make sales every single day with emails. Every day, nonstop, in my sleep, all the time, multiple sales for everything that I have. So why would I stop doing it?
Which brings me on to passive.
I get asked all the time, Kate, how can you help me? Now, I have everything from masterminds, online programs, events, retreats, literally anything you need, I've most probably got. And the reason for doing this is because when I started, I just wish I had some help. I just needed a guiding hand. Sometimes I just wanted to watch an online course for half an hour, or I wanted to actually have one-to-one coaching, or then I went on to join in a mastermind. And I wanted to know that I could help you at whatever stage you're at, whatever level you're at, that I've got something that's suited for you. So if you are interested in working together, drop me a message and let's see what we can do. Click below in the show notes to go and grab the link.
So many people now say about passive income, making money in your sleep. Like, you generally do that. I generally do that. How can people start building that passive income? They need some type of passive product. Lots of people go, I don't know what that is. Like, can you enlighten us?
So first of all, there isn't 100% passive income in the world. Nothing is passive. Crypto is not passive. Real estate is not passive. Even gold is not passive. You've done something before that to make the capital for that thing. And then it appreciates. Well, the same thing with digital products. So I do passive income with digital products. If you are just starting, you are at a different phase. Yesterday, again, in the training that I did, it was all about identifying the phase that you're in. So if you're just starting, you have to have a different strategy for passive. For digital products, let's be very clear what kind of passive we're talking about here. Your digital products, you're not reselling somebody's shitty stuff.
Yeah.
If you are in the middle, so you're kind of doing good. You've been doing one-on-ones, or you're doing a service that involves you, but you're doing good. You already have a brand. People kind of know you. You're in social media. That's another story. You're in a really, really good space as well. And then you're absolutely coining it, but you're grinding really hard. And now you need to scale. This is normally the people who come to me. They're like at between $500,000 and $1 million a year. They're doing really good, but they want to scale more. So to be honest, I cannot speak. One strategy is not going to fit all of these people. It's going to be different. So let's start first with the ones who they don't have it. They have never heard of it. They're just starting. I will actually invite you to first and foremost think of what are you actually really good at? Where's your talent? What can you give a lot of value? You have more value than other people. You will be surprised. People buy different courses. For example, we're in this podcast studio right now. You can literally sell how to create your little podcast studio at home, how to optimize your podcast, how to start a podcast studio business, for example, or for you with the salons. Well, you can think of different things in that salon. What are you doing? And what are people asking you every single day? How to fix frizzy blonde hair. Yeah. You see how niche I got? And let me tell you something. How? Because honestly, tell us how to fix frizzy blonde hair, or how to remove those brown spots on your face that you see how detailed I am. So you're just starting, you have your studio, you have your spa studio, whatever, you're in beauty. Focus on one thing, which is hyper specific, not how to have healthy hair. Nobody cares about that. Blondes want to have healthy hair because we're struggling here, okay? because the frizz is real. In fact, that's a great digital product.
Yeah, it is. There you go. You guys can have that one for free.
Absolutely. Or does Olaplex really help? 5 steps to actually make it, or whatever the name of this company was. Something like, or does castor oil really help with dark spots? Something like that. You can give them a little digital product. You can record it even in your studio. You can take your phone. You can literally take your phone, record a couple of videos of how you do this treatment, that, or you can literally train people. So if you have a salon, I will highly recommend that you do a mini course on how to train people to be the best at one thing, not all of the things. So if you're just beginning, think of 2 things. What are you really good at? Because nobody needs a crappy digital marketing product. Why? Because you can be successful for a short period of time, but you will not continue to be successful and continue selling people on the upsells and all the different things that you have. Second thing will be, notice what people are constantly asking about. Because people are. So when I started, I've been doing digital products for such a long time. My first digital product, I made the whooping $400. That's because the headline was terrible. Do not ask me to say, okay, I will say it. It was called the Digital Marketing Jedi.
Jedi.
Jedi. I'm so into Star Wars. I'm gonna cry now. That's how ashamed I am. $400 in 1 year. Hey, listen,
At least it was nothing, not nothing.
Hey, listen, at least I sold something with such a terrible name. So I was teaching people how to do digital marketing, basically. That was 7 years ago. Then even though we were so successful in the marketing space, with the agency, with clients, with one-on-ones, we couldn't crack the code to digital products. We were making like here and there some sales, and we're so not significant. Then all of a sudden I started noticing a trend 2-3 years ago of my clients asking the same questions over and over and over. And we started recording these. We started actually, when people ask, Ayo, do you have a template of how to do launches. What are the phases? And I'm like, no, but in 4 hours, you will have it. And we started literally taking these things and selling these things. So listen to your audience. Traffic is really important as well. So you will have to think of traffic. You have social media, you can do paid ads as well. If you are in the second stage, which is you've already started, go and see what you have going on. What are the most popular programs or things or products that you sold? How can you turn these into digital products? How can you take what you're already doing and it's costing you a lot of time, and you put it into, and you package it into something that people frequently ask about and make it as detailed as possible? And it has to be solving one specific problem, not 1,000. That's why you don't sell digital products, because you are selling a manifestation program. Wait, what? You know, like that's not going to work. But if you tell me how to manifest 20K in 14 days, now it's different. And you'd better deliver that shit, because you're done, sweetheart. So digital products have to be achievable. You have to make it happen. You're not going to reprogram my identity in 12 hours.
Yeah, it's definitely making those products. And like you said, if they're not good enough, don't release them, because it's just going to damage reputation. It's not going to be sustainable. So you want people to download that thing, pay for that thing, then go on to the next thing and the next thing. Where if they're buying something that's dead in the beginning, then it's not going to happen again, is it?
No, it's not going to happen. You're going to damage your credibility, as you said that. And also, it's not just about the clients, it's about you, because now you will think deep inside of you that this doesn't work. Where it actually works. I can honestly tell you right now, it works. I have clients who are crushing it. I have people who are genuine, you know, not the fake, oh, I'm making so much money and it's not working. People genuinely make a lot of money with digital products, but you do need a strategy. Just because it's passive, it doesn't mean you will not have to create a solid product, solid headline, solid checkout page, solid email sequence, and solid traffic campaign. Like, how do we get people to see this? Because it just exists there. People are not going to buy it. You have to promote it. How do we promote that? And so it does involve work. I'm very honest with my clients. Last year in March, I think we did 42 products, digital products. It took us a solid 1 month to wrap up everything. We were done with the products within a week, sales pages and everything. But just to improve email sequences, to improve copy, refine the strategy, it took us a month. And then they started compounding and making money because it was at the right time. My clients were waiting for that. I think we just launched the things and we hit 20K. Then we had, I think, $65,000, and then completely organic. Then we had either 92 or 98, one of the two. Then we had 100,000, 180,000, something like that.
Wow.
So it started compounding so fast with all of these systems working. But of course, I'm very transparent. We did work before that, and we just dropped these at the right time to the right people waiting for that.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing I come across all the time is people wanting to start doing this and they haven't got the audience. So they're doing the amazing passive products. They've got incredible ebooks or whatever that might be, courses, whatever. They launch it and it's just dead because they don't have the audience. And I think my clients get sick of me going, you need to keep building an audience. You need to keep building your audience. But it's an ongoing daily thing, isn't it, that you have to do if you're doing passive income?
Thank you. That's literally what I said again in the training. Sorry that I'm referencing the training, but I literally said all of these things. Building an audience is an income generating task that you do in your business no matter where you are. I coach businesses that make 100 million per year, and they still I have coaches and I have business owners who make $1 million a month, and they still take care of audience growth. Audience growth needs to happen every single day. You need to have strategies that allow you to bring in more people every day. When you stop doing that and you're just thinking you will be magnetic and you will attract people, girl, from where? Get up and wash your face and go on social media and get these people. You will not just manifest people out of the blue. It's not going to happen. And if you're chaotic and you don't have the strategy to do that, again, people look at 3 women who did it chaotically and they think that it's going to happen to everybody. But if you go and research how some women did it, they actually had a pretty solid marketing strategy.
Yeah, definitely.
That worked. So if you don't have the audience right now, let's say, okay, you don't have the audience. We'll start having the audience. Start building intentionally every single day. What's happening on LinkedIn, on Facebook, on Instagram, TikTok. Now we have Substack. We have all of these places. Start getting online. Start approaching people. By the way, I'm 1,000% the kind of a woman, if you're really struggling, you're not getting people, DM people. There's a way to DM and there's a way to DM.
Yeah,
Okay?
definitely.
Start getting directly in touch. Do you know how many amazing people they are when you send them a genuine, nice message and they connect with you and they start working with you, or you find partnerships or stuff like that? It's not like you shouldn't message people. It's how you do it. Also, okay, let's just say that's the case. You can now start running very simple ads of $5 to $10 a day when you have a self-liquidating offer, SLO. So the product pays for the ad. So even if you're at a 0, at least you have highly qualified people who bought a $27 thing. They're not freebie seekers. It's all about strategy. Gone are the days, and let me tell you this, gone are the days when you will make millions out of thin air. No, you have to put some skin in the game. Even if it's $100, $200, $300, girl, you'd better do that. I mean, it's business. But how else would it happen? It wouldn't anymore. It's done. But now, Instagram and TikTok are allowing you for the first time to be discovered even with a small audience. When I'm here in Dubai, I get flooded in my FU page with people in Dubai, businesses in Dubai. And I'm curious. So I see a video the other day of, I don't know, a bakery or whatever. We just opened in Dubai because I'm in Dubai, right? And I go to their profile and I'm like, these must have thousands and thousands of followers. For me to see this video, I go and they have like 1,000 followers. It's just that the algorithm right now is pushing people like that. So there's really no excuse, and start early. Just because you have a small audience does not mean you shouldn't start building this from now, this asset. The asset has to be there. And I'm sorry to say this, but often it's not the audience. The product is shit.
I just love how black and white you are. The product, shit.
I have to do it. I have to say it because I will save you so much time, effort, gray hairs, and Botox treatments. Because you will be worrying. Okay? The wrinkles are going to go all over your face because you're worrying. You cannot sleep. Remember I told you 8 hours of sleep. You will not sleep. And it's just going to be because you're selling a stupid manifestation course.
Yeah.
Or how to be in your feminine. Don't do that. Be very specific. Have a great product. Test the product. Message people. Okay, Rebecca, you messaged 10 people in the DMs and they said no. What happened to you? People get bombarded and we're still calm and chilled and relaxed. So just message people. See what will happen. Let the market validate what you have. Do you know that there's businesses out there who are evaluated at $1 billion valuation and they started messaging people first? They sent a simple message of being like, hey, by the way, I have this product. Then 100 people said, F you, but one said yes. I always tell this story about ClickFunnels. Do you know why?
I didn't know the ClickFunnels story.
ClickFunnels, when they started working on the solution, they created the dream list of 500 people they will message and they will say, by the way, and funnels were not a new thing at that point. Funnels existed a long time ago. They just created a smarter solution to take you through all of these steps. So ClickFunnels guy decided to cold email 500 people. And everyone in that list, they either ghosted him or they said, F off. We don't care about this shit. And there was one person who said, sure, I will send a newsletter to my email list announcing this thing. Do you know who that person was?
Okay.
Tony Robbins.
Oh, wow.
And that's how they literally catapulted everything. However, let's give them props. They had a good solution. If they didn't have a good solution, they wouldn't have been able to sell this. They had a good solution. 500 people emailed 500. Canva emailed 1,000 people who said no to investing into Canva. 1,000. I don't know why we have this stigma in our, specifically women. Women have a big issue with that.
They really do. They're scared of no's, they're scared of rejection, they're scared of, oh, I'm bugging people. Like, there's so much fear around it all.
But it is justified.
Out there.
It's justified. So when we were selling my book, when we were launching the book, we did a huge pre-launch before that. And we had a massive wait list of women saying, I want this. And on the week when we were launching this, I told my team, let's send this to women. Women need this book. I don't need your $7. In fact, I don't. I can go right now, live my life, happy, retire in Costa Rica, and live with my liquid cash and be very happy and sell mangoes. I don't need your $7, but you need my book. And I still believe that so many women called this book the Bible of female entrepreneurship. I've got so many women like crying, sending this and being like, I'm reading this with my daughter. I know it's my mission for you to read what's in the book. So we DM'd quite a lot of people. Thousands, I may say. Only 3 women told us to fuck off. Sorry to say that, but I had to say it super openly because they literally told us. And one of them, so can you see the ratio is amazing, right? And yet I wasn't selling you an offer. I wasn't selling you a program. I just said, listen, this is really a mission. And it's really a mission. I'm not making a lot of money out of this book. It's really putting this book in the hands of women around the world and girls, knowing you can be a powerful entrepreneur. And the message was really heartfelt. And you know me, I'm a very genuine person. So many women were so positive. We got these literally three messages out of thousands. One of them was directly fuck off. One, I think, blocked me. And the other one was, how dare you to message me without forming a relationship first with me? And I said, listen, Karen, good. Listen, this is what we will do. I will pay your tickets first class because I can, Karen. I will fly you to Dubai and I will take you wining and dining you. I will wine and dine you for 3 days. We will build a relationship and then you can check my DM. How does this sound? I was ready to do it. Karen didn't take I was ready. I was like, here, take my card. Book everything. We're taking you to the 7-star hotel in Dubai.
No.
On me to build a relationship for a $7 book.
Oh my gosh.
So what I wanted to say to everybody who's watching this, I get it that when they send you a friend request and they pitch you the 10 booked calls and appointment setters bullshit is annoying. Most of the time, that's not even a woman. It's a dude somewhere messaging you, which is annoying. Listen, play your meditation song, relax, and you don't need to spasm at a message like that. You just unfriend and move on with your life because Botox is expensive. You're going to start getting wrinkles because you're going to be like, I don't want, this is my offer. Well, for what? Just relax. If a woman, though, messages you and she says, do you know how much it took her, first of all, to do that? She had to overcome something. She's going through something. She's building a business. And she comes to you because you're a woman and you preach female empowerment. Shame on you. On top of all, you're all about... I've literally been shocked of women in power and empowerment and supporting women and all about the feminine, crucifying somebody for sending them a bloody DM. Oh my gosh, shame on them.
Yeah, it's
Are you
eye-opening.
are you kidding me? It takes me so much effort not to swear, by the way. Are you kidding me? There was a woman who needed your help. It's okay. You can say, "Thank you so much, Lisa. I'm not interested in your offer, but I'm there for you. I root for you. I pray for you. I don't need your service. I have a branding team." That's exactly what I do all the time. I have not have one message, and I get tons of messages to work with me. Like, can you hire me? This is my product. I never say, unless it is very obviously someone who's not a woman. And again, I wouldn't be nasty. I'll say, no, thank you. It's okay. But it's justified because when women, and this is in my book as well, we see it everywhere. When a woman promotes herself, how dare she? If she doesn't, you're not loud enough. You see the problem?
Definitely.
So I want to call everybody, this is my call to action. Please really support women. If a woman sends you a message, maybe she's going through something. Maybe she really needs to bring in money. Maybe she's in a bad situation in life. Something happens, cash is low. You can just say, no, thank you. Or, you know what you can do? Move on. Because nobody needs your nasty message. Nobody needs it right now in the world that we're living. So be supportive. And when this happens, we will see women being more open to go and promote and to talk about themselves. And on a networking event, they will keep it calm and introduce themselves in a calm way so you can actually understand what they're selling.
Yeah, bless them, because it's scary. Like, I don't like networking events either, but I make sure I try and get out of my comfort zone. But some people just can't even step into a room.
No, they can't because of that, because women can be really mean. And this is conversations that we have all the time in our meetings. You know, we do meetings in Dubai and we attend a lot of events. In my world, females are super supportive, but that's because I'm super supportive.
Yeah. Yeah.
And unless we do that, and all of us have to work actively on that. All the time. A woman doing something similar to you is not really a competition. Just stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, do the best that you can do, and that's it. You don't care about anybody else doing whatever.
Yeah, you do have to stay in your lane. Otherwise, it literally, comparison's the thief of evil, right? Like, it can really get in your way. It will stunt your growth.
Yeah.
Like, you just need to keep the eye on the ball at all times. There's no competition. At the end of the day, no one can be you. You can't be them. They can't be you. Like, it's just how it is. Like, it's a real thing, though. People really struggle with this.
Yeah, specifically women, because women have been conditioned by patriarchy to compare themselves and compete. Because back in the days, remember in the court, you go powdered and you gotta find someone. Why? Because you are not allowed as a woman to have your own home. You're homeless. You're not allowed to have your money. You're not allowed anything. You cannot survive if you don't have a man. And women used to be dirty. You know, they will compete in a very dirty way. We watch these shows on Netflix in the court and we're like, oh my gosh, it was a struggle. They will stab you in the back. Literally, they will stab you. And this is still in us. We still have it. Somehow patriarchy convinced us we should compete. And what do we see? We see that when women come together and they don't compete, they actually are better leaders. They make better decisions. Literally, they will put women, there's experiments, they will put a female group and a male group and give them a challenge to carry something heavy or make a decision or do anything like that. And they will be so much better than men when they unite themselves. This is something also biologically we are wired. We can sync very well. Have you seen women put together in one room, they start syncing their periods? It's not a coincidence. We just sync very well. We can work very well together as long as we're not in competitiveness. Yeah. And there could be, we can be competitive. It's good to be competitive because then you will get more results. But as long as you are not using it against someone, you're not mean, you're not trying to stab someone in their bag. That's how it works.
Yeah, for sure. You're amazing. We could talk all day, but thank you so much for coming on and giving people such an insight of marketing, passive income, women, which is why you have your amazing group, Brilliant Women as well, which I love being part of. So thank you.
Thank you for creating this beautiful conversation.
Where can people find you? Where are you hanging out most? Are you back on
I'm
Facebook
everywhere.
now?
You can find me everywhere. I'm omnipresent. Just look for Ionova. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. I'm everywhere. And by the way, I respond to every single message that people send me.
Yeah, adore you. Thank you.